Hey guys, this is Coach Britt, and I just want to welcome you to HWCA's first free course, How to Become an Elite Health Coach. I'm so excited to have you guys here. In case you are wondering a little bit of what to expect through this process, we are going to be going over some of the basic fundamentals of coaching, what to understand about it for anybody who's not familiar with the area of health coaching and wellness coaching and life coaching. But we're also going to be talking about some of the top tips and strategies for really excelling as a coach, for standing out from all the rest, for being the person that gets your business active. Maybe you're a current coach and you're still working your 9 to 5 and you're not doing what you really want to be doing and getting paid to do. So we're going to teach you some of our best tips. We go through pretty intensive training with each one of our graduates at HWCA, and we're going to give you some of those tips to take into the future, whether you're training with us or not, to kind of allow you to think about your business in a new way, to set a new vision, and to really set it off for the rest of 2020 and into 2021 when the world needs you and they need a lot of stuff in health and wellness. So that's what to expect. There's going to be about 9 days of, or 9 different modules per se, of different areas to focus on, and the more you participate in each one, the better it's going to be for your business. They're going to kind of build on each other, and even if you're, like I said, you're just new, you're going to kind of set that vision. You're going to start playing with ideas, and if you're already currently in the wellness field, you can start thinking next level. Okay, so first we want to start with some of the basics, which is, why are you here? What brought you here? Hopefully you've downloaded the free ebook. You've got to go through some of this stuff. We're going to elaborate a bit further and throw in a few new and extra tips and information. But why are you here? Are you here because this looks like a lucrative career journey, or are you here because this is something that you're really passionate about? You know, most people, I'm Coach Britt. I guess I should introduce myself, and I'm the founding educator at the Holistic Wellness Coaching Academy, an AADP accredited health coach training school. We now have coaches in over 10, 11 different countries now, way more than that, I think. We just haven't added it up lately, and counting. And we are rocking and rolling. We specialize in gut health and mindset strategy coaching and coach training, and the mind-gut connection, and a life coach first approach to wellness, which we'll talk about later. So that is me. I wrote the book Buddha Belly, A Mind, Body, Soul Approach to Health, starting with your gut. And from there, it turned into a course. From the course, it turned into a whole school. And I am now blessed to work with many, many professionals and having trained many, many coaches. Even still, as much as I love wellness, I get to really focus on the business building, the execution, and the action part of coaching and a business with the graduates and the students. And I run the monthly masterminds and I do all that. And that is my favorite part, because I was able to build my dream wellness business doing what I was passionate about from absolutely nothing, with pretty much nothing, with a brand new baby at the time. And I got to see how we are capable of creating anything we want. And so I get obsessed with helping other people do the same thing. So helping with the business aspect and really that part of coaching the coaches is what I am absolutely passionate about. So anyways, why are you here? Why that's important is because I'm the one who jumps on the vision calls. As of right now, someday maybe I'll have to give that up. But as of right now, that's me. So I'm the one that jumps on the vision calls, and I get to hear everyone's amazing stories, their personal struggles, their stories of, suffering and ailments, and, losing loved ones and being really motivated by XYZ. Like, I get to hear all the reasons as to why people are here. And it's almost never because it seemed like a lucrative career option. It's almost never about that. It's about really giving to people and using a passion and getting paid for something that is very fulfilling to you. So now's the time to really ask yourself why you are here. What is it that drives you? Of course we want to make more money. Maybe you're an active coach, or you're a licensed certified coach or wellness professional, and your business needs help and you're having trouble getting it off the ground, or you want to get it to the next level and you're stuck, or maybe you're kicking butt. But to really ask yourself, what is the foundation that keeps you moving? What is that thing? The same thing that is going to start in the person who is brand new to this is the same thing that's going to keep the veteran going long into the journey. It is the foundation of what drives you and what makes you so excited about what you do. It's that thing that you give And that's the thing that you can always fall back on and come back to, even when things are rough, even when you go through the ebbs and flows of business success and finances and family struggles and all kinds of things that will come in the way as an entrepreneur. They're obstacles. That's part of being in the business arena. Welcome to entrepreneurship. You do not get to be here and earn your way here unless you experience struggle at times. It's those who keep going and learning from those obstacles that end up incredibly successful. So it is that foundation of what we started with that we'll always come back to keep us motivated and to keep us here and to keep us giving even when we don't have a lot left in us. So why are you here? What is your purpose? What is your story? I got to tell you a cool story, actually. My all-time hero is Tony Robbins, and you'll hear me, if you watch anything I do, you will hear me talk about him left and right. Well, I had the pleasure of training and doing his business mastery training in West Palm Beach, Florida in January of 2019, and it was a bucket list experience. I was a single mom at the time. I had busted my butt to make that happen. And it was life-changing. And one of the stories he told us when we were there was a story about how he was doing a big, large business convention. And all these people had, much like Business Mastery that we were at, and all these people had paid massive tickets to be at this event. And he got word while he's in the middle. This guy rocks 14-hour days, 5 days straight. He barely sleeps, and he gets out there and he's presenting and he's talking. Like I will start to lose my voice after a few videos today. And he can go 14-hour days, 5 days in a row, and just keep giving all this value to people. He's amazing. Only he can do something like that. But he was in the middle of one of these big seminars, training people in business, motivating them in their lives. And he got word that his soon-to-be ex-wife, he was going through a divorce, who he said, had nothing when they met. He basically lived in a castle, and, she lived in an apartment. He took on her kids, he adopted them, and he, through the divorce process, had offered her half of what he had. He offered her a good chunk of money, and was trying to take really good care of her. But he got word that she was going to go after pretty much everything he had and win, because she was able to get such a good attorney. And not only what he currently made, but she was able to get rights to some of what he was going to be making in the future. So it wasn't even just what he had at the time, but things he was contracted to work for. So if you can imagine, you line up deals and stuff, or you're a home builder maybe, and you're building 4 homes next year, and it's going to bring you X amount of money, and knowing that not only is everything you own now going to go to your soon-to-be ex, but everything that you're going to have to work for next year is also going to be going to them. So imagine that was a huge blow for this guy who was, successful on top, self-made, and to get word in the middle of his business event where he's leading people in this stuff, that all this was going to happen. And he talks about having to get back out there in front of all these people and show up and still bring the same value and still bring everything that they had paid for, even though those dollars were basically not even going to him at this point. And he had to separate himself completely with the stress and everything that was going on and just give to these people and pour into them what he had promised them. And that is why he's even more successful today than he was at that point in his life. But that was the coolest story to hear that, because that's your foundation. That thing that you start with, your vision, your why are you here, is absolutely everything that keeps you going in the future. It's what would keep you going if that money was wiped out and you have people sitting in front of you. That thing that you want to give to them so badly is what keeps you going, and then everything else just follows in suit. So that is the foundation of where we are starting today with this free course. That is the foundation of becoming an elite coach. That is the foundation of being a successful entrepreneur or business person. And if I can share anything with you, it's that story, because I remember that story and I reference that story whenever life gets a little funky and whenever I'm burnt out and, or you're too caught up in the business aspect of what you're doing. You haven't got to do the passion piece for a while. It totally happens to the best of us. But that's just the coolest story. So why are you here? This is something, if you're part of our closed group, it's the Buddha Belly Gut Health and Mindset group, I believe, on Facebook. But if you're part of that closed group, do share, why are you here? Why did you get into your profession? Why are you thinking about getting into wellness? What is it? Write it down. If you don't want to share it, you don't have to. But do write it down. Keep a notebook throughout this time period and really think today, why are you here? What is the foundation that's going to keep you coming back over and over and over and keep you building a successful venture and a successful business out of this thing that you're so passionate about? What is it? So I'd be happy for you to share it with us. We should have the links. You should already be part of the groups if you want to share it there. I do encourage that. But thank you for being a part of this course. I can't wait to hear your whys, soon. And I can't wait to work more with you and see you on the next module.